Google's next Pixel update quietly leaves Android phones behind. For years, Android has been marketed as a single ecosystem. Many brands, one platform, shared progress. But in reality, Android has slowly split into two very different experiences. And with Google's next Pixel update, that divide is becoming impossible to ignore. The rivalry between Google and Samsung is no longer subtle. It's no longer just about hardware design or camera tuning. It's about control, speed, and who truly defines the future of Android. Pixel phones have increasingly become Android first-class citizens. They receive new Android versions earlier, system updates faster, and security patches more consistently. Samsung, despite being Android's largest hardware partner, often finds itself playing catch-up, sometimes by weeks, sometimes by months. Now, according to the latest Android leak, Google is preparing a new Pixel feature that quietly pushes this gap even further. And it's not just about convenience. It's about security. A new Pixel feature with big implications. Reports suggest Google is developing a new feature for the Pixel Watch that can detect when your phone has been left behind. On the surface, this might sound familiar. Apple Watch has offered similar alerts for years, and Samsung's Galaxy Watch already does something comparable for Galaxy phones. But Google isn't stopping at notifications. The leaked feature goes a step further. When your Pixel phone is separated from your Pixel Watch, the phone can automatically lock itself. That single addition changes everything. In a world where smartphone theft is increasing globally, from pickpocketing in public transport to snatch and run crimes, automatic device locking could become one of the most practical security upgrades Android has seen in years. This isn't just a reminder feature, it's a preventive security system. Why this matters more than it sounds. Think about how phone theft actually happens. A phone is stolen, and within seconds the thief tries to disable tracking, turn on airplane mode, or access sensitive data. The faster the device locks itself, the less damage can be done by linking phone security directly to a wearable. Something far harder to steal unnoticed. Google is adding a new physical layer of protection. If your Pixel Watch detects separation, you get an alert. Your phone locks automatically. Your data becomes immediately inaccessible. That's a meaningful shift from reactive security to proactive defense. Smart controls, not just automation. According to leaked system strings, Google is also working on customization options. Users may be able to disable alerts in trusted locations like their home or office. This prevents unnecessary notifications when you intentionally leave your phone in another room. There's also an interesting detail. If airplane mode is enabled on the phone, cutting Bluetooth communication, the system may treat this as a separation event and lock the phone automatically. That's clever. And it directly addresses one of the most common theft tactics. Pixel vs. Samsung, the awkward reality. Here's where things get uncomfortable for Samsung. Samsung builds some of the most advanced Android hardware in the world, but it relies on Google's operating system. And Google increasingly designs features that arrive on Pixel first, or sometimes only on Pixel. This creates an awkward power imbalance. Samsung has its own ecosystem, its own AI features, its own security layer, but it still depends on Google for the core platform. When Google rolls out features faster, deeper, and more tightly integrated with its own hardware, Samsung is forced to react rather than lead. Ironically, in this specific case, Samsung may still have a slight edge. For now, Galaxy Watch already offers mature device separation alerts within Samsung's ecosystem. But Google's upcoming approach appears more aggressive, more automated, and more security-focused, and that gap is shrinking fast. Android is no longer equal. What this feature really represents is a broader shift in Android's identity. Android used to be about openness and shared progress. Today, it's increasingly about differentiation. Pixel isn't just another Android phone anymore. It's Google's reference device, its testing ground, and its showcase. Samsung, Xiaomi, and others may still innovate in hardware, but Google controls the rules of the platform. As Pixel grows, even if from a smaller market base, this tension will only intensify, especially as AI, privacy, and security become defining factors in smartphone choice. Looking ahead to 2026. If this feature launches as expected, it won't just be another checkbox on a feature list. It will be another signal that Android is quietly becoming tiered. Pixel users get features first, sometimes exclusively. Others wait, or never get them at all. And for Samsung, that reality is increasingly difficult to ignore. The question isn't whether Samsung can keep up. It's whether Android can still feel like a shared ecosystem when its creator is also its strongest competitor. One thing is clear: Google isn't slowing down, and Pixel is no longer just keeping up, it's pulling ahead.